Welcome to Chapter 8, WordPress Theme Customization. Now in this chapter, I will be showing you the first steps towards setting up your WordPress website. Now with all of my websites, I use WordPress because of its simplicity and also because of the various customizations that I can do to it over using a basic HTML template. Now it's important to use the correct WordPress themes that reflect a local business. And you also want to make sure that you have the correct plugins installed. So let's get started. Now a local business website should have the following. It should have really nice images. It should have a call to action on the top of the header as well as in the body text. It should have a contact form on the homepage. The content should be very appealing and marketed to the correct user. And also there should be a couple testimonials on each page. By having all of these, your conversion rate is going to go up and people are going to follow through on the goal that you set up with the analytics for the website. Now, examples of themes I use: localthemejack.com, the Medical Plus responsive theme, the Aveda theme, which is great, and also the local business theme by inkthemes.com. Now that one's kind of expensive, but it's great. So go ahead and check all these themes out. And you really just want to get a theme that feels right to you and that you enjoy using, because all these themes have kind of the same background. It's up to you to customize them in a way that you feel comfortable when you're pitching to clients. So just remember that. I can show you the tools, and I want you to go ahead and find the correct tools that you want to use and just start using them. Now for the About page, just make sure it has a brief description of your company and a couple random testimonials. You want to make it look as legit as possible, so when someone briefly goes here, they're going to think that you're an actual company. Keep it simple on the About pages. Now for the Contact page, here's a good point I want to emphasize. Do not use Contact Form 7 on your website. There's so many other contact forms that you can use, and the problem with Contact Form 7 is it bogs down your site's page loading speed because it uses a whole bunch of JavaScript and it loads on every single page you're on, even though there might not be a form on that page. So some alternate methods of contact forms: you can go to Code Canyon and buy this form contact form generator. It's great. Or you could also go to this website and download a custom HTML form, wufoo.com, and just follow that link and you'll be fine. Now for website speed, now this is very, very important. So first of all, you want to make sure all your images are as of low file size as possible, and use this site jpeg-optimizer.com to throw your images into and get them as small as possible. Now also for your CSS, this website CSS Minifier really helps bottle up your CSS and make it as compact as possible in Google's algorithm for site speed. Okay, so now for the fun part, the WordPress plugins. Now this is a list of the top plugins I use on all of my websites. So I'm not going to go through them in detail, but just take a look at each, upload them to your site, and check them out. Now the first one is the KK Star Ratings. Now this is to add micro data to your web page so Google can pull up some star ratings in the SERPs. Now what you want to do is manipulate a couple reviews. For example, when you're inputting the data, say you have 10 to 12 reviews and you're getting a 4-star or a 4.5 star. I wouldn't recommend using a 5-star just because it may look a little shady. So use the star ratings, and this will draw attention and build trust to your webpage when people are looking at it in the SERPs. Now with SEO Yoast, this is the main plugin I use for all my websites. It does all the title tagging, description, no indexing, everything. So I recommend you get to know this plugin because it's the most important plugin you're going to use for SEO. And with the SEO Yoast, what it does too is implement knowledge graph data, which is Facebook API data, which tells the social media sites what images you want to share and content when people are sharing your posts. So it's very important to optimize this because you can use keywords in your knowledge graph data that's going to have a great impact on your overall on-page SEO. Now with the Google XML Sitemaps plugin, this plugin is going to easily allow you to tell Google about your website via a sitemap. So I suggest you install it and just play around with it. And it's really easy to use. Now WPIDE is perfect for customizing your WordPress theme. So let's say you need to change something in the PHP or the CSS or also the HTML. Go into this plugin and you can easily pull up any file in your theme directory without having to log into FileZilla. This is going to save you so much time you have no idea. I love this plugin and I use it every day. And also, of course, the Facebook like box. This just adds authority and trust and shows people on your website how many fans have liked your page and all that stuff, which we can easily manipulate this. But remember, don't go too overboard when you're buying likes and all that. Now, for security reasons, I recommend using the iThemes security. A couple of my smaller WordPress sites have gotten hacked into, and let me tell you, it's been a hassle. On one example, this plumbing site got hacked into, and the hacker threw, I think, 5,000 pages onto this website and had them indexed in Google right away. So this site went from having 10 pages indexed to about 5,000, and it caused a lot of nightmares getting them removed, and it just isn't worth the hassle. So install this plugin iThemes Security on all your websites and make sure they're secure as possible. Now this plugin, the Google Analyticator, okay, I said it correctly, is great for checking out the analytics very quickly on your WordPress backend. You don't have to log into Google Analytics. You can just install this plugin and be fine. And lastly, I recommend wpsmush.it. And what this does is helps minimize the file loading for your images and your CSS. So take a look at it and install it on your websites.